Hi, a Rosie math teacher here to help you from my third period accelerated 7th grade math class. We are working today on lesson 6-7, page 423, and I am having my students write at the top of their page y equals mx plus b, because we will need that statement, that equality, that equation for many, if not all, of the items today. But I need to teach you some new terms. Guys, remember how m used to be called slope. Today, they're not going to call it slope. So I want you to give it its new label. Rate, everybody write this now, please. Rate of change. Instead of calling m slope, you are going to call it what, class? Rate of change. Write this note now. Then you are going to call b something different. Remember that previously b was always referring to the constant or the y-intercept. Now they will not call it either of those terms. Now they will call it your initial value or fee. They will either say initial value or initial fee. So which variable letter will forevermore on today's lesson refer to rate of change? Please say it. M. Which variable letter on today's lesson will either be initial value or initial fee?
B.
Excellent. Please remember this when you are solving items later. In a moment, you're going to solve an item, and they're going to want you on the part B of the question to write this equation, except you'll put the rate of change in place of m. You'll put the initial value or fee in place of b. Do you understand? All right. Now, sometimes they will expect you to find the initial value or the initial fee. Once you have discovered your value of m, your rate of change, you would then plug that number in place of m. You would take a number represented by x and plug that number in, and you would write number times your x value plus b equals, and then you would write the coordinating y value. Would you then be able to solve the two-step equation to find the value of b, your initial value? Yes. And if it's a little confusing, don't worry, I'll walk you through this. Let's begin with item number 1. The total cost y of an amusement park membership and the number of months x can be represented by the equation. Please draw a box or circle around the equation y equals 15x plus 20. Class, what is your rate of change?
15.
Please circle it and label it ROC, rate of change. Class, what is your initial value?
20.
Please circle it and write IV, meaning initial value. So when you answer this item, find and interpret the rate of change and initial value. You will write as your rate of change, which number? Tell me again. 15. Which value as your initial value?
20.
20. And then when they ask you, what does this mean? Well, what would be the initial cost to have an amusement park membership? $20 for the initial cost. And then what would the amount be recurring per month?
15.
15. That is how you interpret it. Are there any questions so far? Okay. Now, item number 2. You have a question about that?
Is it gonna ask us to type it out?
Yes. On some of these, it will ask you to type it out, and I do have some hints. For example, on item number 2, they're going to give you a weird way that they want you to type it.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the weird way they want you to type it. You know how sometimes they want you to type a whole number, and other times they want whole number 0.00?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there are some of these. I'll just tell you this note to remember. If you're typing in a number that you know is the correct answer and they're counting you wrong, then I want you to type, say they count you wrong to type 15. If they did, then I want you to try 15.00. If they count you wrong when you type the 20, then I want you to try typing 20.00. As a rule of thumb, for all the items that they don't give all the correct options that they should, if you will troubleshoot by doing this after they count you wrong that first time, because remember they give you 3 chances. If they count you wrong the first time, you're just going to do decimal, whatever's in the tenths and hundredths place. So thank you, that was a great question, and now I don't really need to say it per item. You guys will just adjust as you go. Item number 2, everybody go to item number 2. A cleaning service charges an initial fee, same as initial value, but this time calling it what?
Initial fee.
Initial fee plus an hourly rate. All right, please write the variable that the initial fee will be represented by. What variable? Say it.
B.
B. What variable for the hourly rate? Please
M.
say it. M. Okay, hourly rate is M, the rate of change. The total cost for different numbers of hours, including the initial fee, is shown on the graph. Find and interpret the rate of change and initial value. So guys, on the chart, it's pretty easy to see the initial value, isn't it?
Yes.
What is it?
20.
It is 20. It's right where the y-intercept happens. But I want you to understand how to find that 20 even if you couldn't see this graph. So I'm going to show you that in a moment. But first, I want you to find rate of change by using the following formula. Changes in y, please copy this, over changes in what? X, which is also the same as the following, and I want you to copy this. The second value of y minus the first value of y over top of or divided by the second value of x minus the first value of x. Please copy both ways of interpreting this. Changes in y means second y value minus first y value. Changes in x means second x value minus first x value. Are you with me? Okay. So now copy your equal sign and give yourself a spot where you are about to write the second y value minus the first y value. Do we agree that this ordered pair, 1, 28, is the first ordered pair we see?
Yes.
Do we agree that 2, 36 is the second ordered pair we see? Yes. Now, which value is always the y, the first piece or the second piece?
Second.
The second piece. Guys, underline or circle the second value of y. Second value of y. On the count of 3, say that number to me. 1, 2, 3.
36? Yeah.
This is the first value of y as I travel the line. This is the first value of y. Remember, we want to start with the second value of y. So in place of the second value of y, what number?
36.
36 minus, now I'm ready for the first value of y, which is
28.
28. Please circle that. Please write that. Are you understanding how you got 36 minus 28? Okay? Now think about second value of x minus first value of x. What is the second value of x, class?
2.
It is 2. What is the first value of x,
1.
class? It is 1. What are you writing?
2 minus 1.
2 minus 1. All right. Who has an amount to tell me for 36? Take away 28. Please say it.
8.
It is 8. Who has an amount for 2? Take away 1. Everybody?
1.
1. What does 8 over 1 simplify to?
8.
8. So what is 8 giving us? It is giving us which? The value for B or the value for M?
M.
The value for M, the rate of change. So they said find first rate of change and initial value. So ROC, you'll type online in a little bit, not yet. Rate of change equals what? Please say it again. 8. And again, if they count you wrong when you do rate of change 8, then make it 8.00. Okay? We're not doing it right now. I just want you writing down these answers for right now, and we'll do it online in a moment. All right, rate of change equals 8. Now, we need to find the initial value. Remember how I said pretend that you cannot see it on the grid? Okay, I'm going to block that out. You guys can't see anything now. We are just going to use what we just learned. Okay, so if the rate of change is 8, let's rewrite y equals, and ignore number 3 here. Don't get confused, but I'm going to write below, in the open space below number 3, this is still item number 2. I'm going to write y equals mx plus b. What variable will I write the 8 in place of? Please say it, class. M. In place of m, I am going to write the variable, in place of the variable m, I'm going to write 8. And then in place of x, I do need to unblock my ordered pairs. Is it okay if I just grab the first ordered pair since it's nice and simple?
Yes.
Yes, it totally is. So what is the value for x in that first ordered pair? Please say it. 1. Where do you think I want to write the 1? In place of the y or in place of the x? In place of the x, write a 1. Where will I put the 28? It's a y value that goes along with the x value of 1. So where will I put it? In place of y or in place of b?
Y.
In place of y. What is the amount in place of y?
28.
28. So remember, we're trying to find the initial value without looking at the graph, because there's one later where you can't tell by looking at it. So I'm just going to keep this as what variable?
B.
B. Now try your two-step equation. Class, what is 8 times 1 first?
8.
8 plus B equals what amount? 28.
8.
Go to the variable side, circle the entire variable side. Find the constant there, it is 8. And do the inverse operation. What is the inverse of add 8? Subtract what? Minus 8. Do this on both sides. When I say both sides, I mean of the equal sign. To keep everything on both sides in balance. So 28 minus 8 will give me a value of what on the left?
20.
20 equaling
B.
B. Wave if you understand how I got this value for 20. And was it correct? Yes. Again, remember, if they're not counting you right by giving them the equation y equals 8x plus 20, how are you going to rewrite that?
8.0.
8.00x plus 20.00, because they are weird on some of these. I hope this helped you.